me, these lames is upset. My peers get upstaged, the fans are obsessed. My city is...
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
Young wasting no time, right to the air. Short pass to Howard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Now 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Young. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, force the incompletion.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Young. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 23. And they try to razzle-dazzle, but the ball's out. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerve should be...
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 56 yards. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this division round matchup. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake. King. Here's Griffin on the catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On first down, King. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Slot man moves right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's 2nd and 10. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Off play action. King. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
That's a great response here in this first quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guys scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Young. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Third and 12. Here's Young from the shotgun. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And taken right at the 35. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Now a play fake here on first down. Outright, he's got Rucker. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Second and goal from inside the 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together.
Oh, Young loses it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
In motion right, Dorsett. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. To throw, Young. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36. And they can't bring him down. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Well, here's a good way to kick off the drive, complete over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep the other receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. King. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Broncos 7.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, King to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Back to throw, King. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Okay, right?
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. A play fake, now Young. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. Now here's Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there, that shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Inside give to Elliott. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go play action. Young. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. And they just get the play off. Now Young. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now a first carry for their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. King. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. King. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. Dorsett on the return. Got to be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Denver's offense now set to go. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. It's Young on 1st down. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Let's go.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. Throwing. Young. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First and 10, Young. Complete to Dorsett. Down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal. Expect them to attack right here on this play.
Here we go. Here we go.
Young to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. The give is to Elliott. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Young now. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that sack brings brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. This a 27-yard attempt here. Blankenship's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Steelers. You know, a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. It's Young off play action. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Young. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, King. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jalen Samuels, a touchdown run in the victory. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
They go play action here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Maurice Hurst gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now they'll run on the draw. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Steelers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Now for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On play action, Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him north of 100 yards receiving now in this divisional round game. It's a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Ready?
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
2nd and 7.
Hey, check Megan. Hey, green.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Young working out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
King now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
King, off play action. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A touchdown run there from a yard out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Balled it to 26, 2nd and 7. Zeke going to get it on the option. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Young now from the 50. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Elliott running right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Looking to throw, Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run it with Elliott. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and a yard. Off the play fake. King. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up two.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Operating from the gun, King. And the Broncos get there and take him down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. King. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To throw is King. To throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Back to throw. King. Under pressure, and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Here's Dorsett. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Young to throw it. Short pass to Howard. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This 2nd and 4.
Now Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
To throw, Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see, finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but again, just 1 yard out of it.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Third down and 6.
Operating from the gun. King. Flushed out right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down and 8. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the slot man goes in motion left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 7. He'll keep it himself.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Looking to throw. King.
That is caught.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Point after here coming up. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Young. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.